Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directive. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. We have a lot to cover. I'm going to cover the week coming up. That would be the 21st through the 27th. And then I'm going to cover the season of Pisces. And I did some channeling information. So it'll be the week first, then the channeled information, and then the monthly. So I will timestamp when I start doing the channeled into the monthly. And so you can skip ahead to that if you would like. But I would like to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. I want to invite you to please hit the notification button if you have, wow, this is weird. Like, we have some weird energy happening here. Hit the notification button if you're a subscriber. That way you will be notified when I upload my videos, which I generally do on Monday. And let's see here. Thank you. I always like to start with the gratitude. Why are these cards being weird? Hold on. Okay, so, all right, better. Excellent. Okay, one more. All right. When you comment, when you hit the thumbs up, you put energy into this video, which means the video is much more likely to resonate for you because time is not linear. And so when you do that, it's actually at the same time that I'm doing this. I know, quantum physics, right? Okay, so we have a lot. There's a lot going on here this week. Very interesting. Okay, let's see what you have here. Oh, okay, but I like your cards so much. This is excellent. All right, let's get into it for the week and see what's going on. We have such amazing cards here. So you have, let's start with the major arcana. Why not? You have the sun. You have the sun. Okay, but you also have the star. So it's like you're coming up out of the rubble and now you're striding forward and you are going to change your world, your life this week. And you're going to do it because you have found a lot of balance. We have two sixes. We have the Six of Swords, which is that healing energy of safely moving away, being led, being guided away from the danger, from the rough times, from the heartbreak, finding the balance, the give and the take in relationships. And you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about building something using community. And this is Star card is about also relying on community as you're building. And so this week looks pretty solid. When I was looking ahead, I really felt like you guys had the most dicey opportunity this week as far as energies go, but this looks wonderful. The placement of where the moon is happening, I thought could be iffy. It could be really strong or it could be really negative. And so I wrote dicey, like, you know, throwing the dice, but it looks like more likely to come up. I don't shoot dice, so I don't know which is a good one. More positive opportunities to win than to lose. Okay, so let's see what we have going on here. The moon is in Leo at 12:29 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Monday. And so we're going to start out by talking about that Leo energy. This is energy that is great for wrapping up things. This is happening in your 6th house of have you started a new health routine lately? Are you trying to find that work-life balance? Because we have that Six of Pentacles showing up there, and that's excellent. It is about finding the balance and wrapping up projects with regards to anything that could be home or work or finding that balance. So the thing is, in this position, though, you may find that you kind of are meeting a little resistance. You're going to have to push through and surrender into the flow of spirit in order to maintain the respect that you've gained so far, either respect for yourself or respect from other people, depending on what it is, because it's the 6th house that makes it a little hard for me to tell. But I would say if you tap into the energies of hope and attraction, the law of attraction, I'm attracting, I'm vital, I'm bringing the good stuff into my life because I have a positive attitude. If you tap into that, then you're going to easily be able to push through and surrender into the energy of the divine and get where you want to go. And so, yes, we have release. What are we releasing here? Okay, so when you release, when you try to not be in total control, when you release and you allow yourself to move away, when you ask for the help and you allow it to come in, when you don't try to maintain control but instead try to find balance, when you do that, that is when you step into your power and justice prevails. So to get there, to be this force for good and not evil in your own life, you need to let go of what's holding you back, the whatever you're resisting letting go of that is keeping you from stepping forward and stepping into your power. And then we talk about releasing to create peace when that moon moves into Taurus. Virgo. So I want to go back to this. When I was into this energy earlier today, for this Monday energy, Monday, Tuesday, I heard that Janet Jackson song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? And so I feel like if you are in a situation where it's not paying out for you, release it. I also feel there's a possibility that people are looking at you and saying, what have you done for me lately? It's finding that balance, okay? I want to just cover that before I move any further here. Okay, so when you do this release, you find the peace. It's by standing in your principles. It's about allowing that you're going to need time to organize. It's about, okay, so things are in flux. I can tell they're in flux. Things are moving and they're flowing, and trying to figure out exactly how to stand in your principles, maintain what do you need to release, what do you need to make that balance, because we have justice, which is about balance. We've got this 2 6s. There's a lot of balancing going on here, but it's a very healthy balancing, but it's 3 on either side, and we have that 3 of Pentacles, and so I feel like it's working in conjunction with other people. So take the time out to review and organize how you're going to keep your life in balance, either financially, physically, with the work-life balance. So spending some time on that is going to really, really be helpful here. Also on Wednesday at 1:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the sun moves into Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio and you're watching this, cross-watching, or this is your moon or rising, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Okay, so we have here for guidance on this energy. Ooh, you have the eagle. Nice. It says, seize opportunities courageously. Seize opportunities courageously. Can you see how the sun is reflecting off of that eagle and the sun is just shining? It really looks like this. It's attracting, not chasing. It's seizing the opportunities. The hand that's outstretched, grab it. It's moving yourself into a better position, seizing the opportunities. And right now we're just trying to wrap things up, because when that moon moves on Friday into Libra, this is really the last opportunity to really be productive and to really, if you wanted to start something new, do it at the beginning of the week. By the time we get to Friday, when the moon goes void, of course, the productivity kind of shifts from groups to, you might find it's better to spend a little time up in your head, figuring things out. We're wrapping things up. The Mercury goes into its storm phase, which is a lot like retrograde. It's okay, we're in the shadow, but now the storm phase means it's not a great time to start any projects. The moon is void, of course, not a great time to start any projects. So this is kind of like that distilling, that silence, that pause before you get moving. During retrograde, anything you've already started, you of course can keep working on it. It's about new projects. So if you want to start something, make sure you're getting it on paper, that you're organizing it while Mercury's in retrograde. If you're having ideas flow in, write them down, but the action steps probably should come later. Maybe a little research, but not any major action steps. But right now is a great time to wrap things up and get things done for yourself so that you're really moving forward in a very positive way. And it's, you know, kind of that last push before we get into the holiday season madness, right? So if there's anything you want to get done, now's a good time. And I think that you're going to find that with that new moon coming in, you're going to have this overwhelming urge to want to stand up for a cause and to you know, stand up against all odds. Make sure it's something that you're kind of ready to do by releasing what's not working, so you can find the justice and the power and be courageous to move forward. So, moon in Libra. We have the cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. This is your thing to say, your affirmation. My thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Talk about magnetic and powerful. That's what that sun looks like, right? And so this new moon, it's about stepping into your own sovereignty, believing in who you are, trusting in who you are. We have the dual swords here that are balancing the yin and the yang, which is very much that Six of Pentacles energy, that whole getting balanced. This is the time of transformation. This new moon in Scorpio is in your house of transformation. This is where you can do this, where you can bring this all in. No, it's not in your house of transformation. This is in your house of transformation, Libra. No, this is. This is in your house of research, higher knowledge, long distance travel. That's what Scorpio is about. That's what Scorpio season is going to be about for you. This new moon is planting your seeds of intention. So really during retrograde, a great time to do some research about finding your independence and standing up for yourself. We've got Lilith there, and Lilith is all about, you know what, I want to be considered an equal, and if you can't treat me like an equal, I'm out of here kind of energy. And these swords are also saying the same thing. I need things to be equal and balanced. We have the Justice card. So this, all these sixes, this balancing. So believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, finding the way to create the balance in your life seems to be really important this week to set yourself up for success moving forward. And so we have patience and we have anchor. Keep yourself grounded and the tide will come in when it's ready. So again, because of this retrograde energy, patience keeps showing up a lot. I think it's just, you know, being patient with the process and taking care of things and releasing things and letting go of what doesn't work so that there's room for something new to get planted, to grow. And just finding that balance. And let's get another card here for the moon. Or two. We have hold your vision and communication is the key. All right. Hold your vision. Believe in what you see. Seize opportunities courageously, right? Hold your vision. And communication is the key. Says to me that it's going to be very, 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 very important during Mercury retrograde that you take the time to edit, to review anything before you go, just throwing it out there for other people to see. So think about how you're saying things, think about how you're writing things so that you can communicate in a way that gets you to where it is that you want to go. All right, so we're going to move into the channeled information now. And let me see, what time is it? 13? Hello, hello, hello. Let's do this. 13. We are going to do the channeled information and for the month of the Scorpio season. And let's see where that takes us. So, Pisces, when I was trying to get into your energy. When I was trying to get into your energy, what I saw you floating on an ocean. And the sky was blue, and you were relaxed, and you were cloud gazing, like staring at the clouds, just calm and peaceful and relaxed. And so this is energy that you want to tap into. It might not be the energy that you feel without some effort, right? And so during retrograde, we have a habit of diving deep. Everybody does, but Pisces in particular, right? And so you're being encouraged to not go too deep into negative emotions. Those are the things you need to release and allow yourself to float in the very peaceful, calm waters. And you had purple come up for your color. So that's all about tapping into your intuition. This is the chakra that you need to be spending the time on. And if you're deep in the emotional waters, you might be missing the important messages. Deep in the emotional waters, that's more like the heart chakra area for me. When I'm up here in my intuition, yes, there's emotion involved, but mostly it's really, you got to have your head above the water so that you can allow the information to flow to you. So I had, let's see here, Oh, I wrote, there was so much peace considering Mercury was in retrograde. So yes. So not diving too deeply might be the key to success. If you find yourself like sinking in, push yourself back up to the surface and, float. Just kind of get in the flow of spirit. And so the affirmation that came was, I am at peace in my emotional waters. I am at peace in my emotional waters. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the 9-ish card spread. It's rarely over 9, but every once in a while it happens. All right, so the center card would be the key to the situation. What is the thing that, kind of ties the whole reading together as far as the energies around it. And so then this card right here is the card about what it is that you've been trying to find, the truths you've been trying to uncover. This is what's going to help you to create the transformation in your life that you want. This card is about These cards are about the anxieties that have been niggling away at you. This is the heart space that you're moving toward, the obstacles you've been trying to overcome, the best course of action to take at this time, most likely outcome, and the overall energy. You are being guided and protected by St. Michael the Archangel. That is amazing. Okay, key to the situation. Okay, so all we have here is you feel like you have lost something. Like you are looking around in the ruins of your life, but honestly, if you change your perspective, if you understand that you are being, this towerish moment that feels like someone came in and stole something from you, your sense of security, your heart, your whatever, something that was of value to you. If you change your perspective and you look, there's always, and you can always do in the present whatever you want. So I'm turning it upside down because when you do this, then the key to the treasure box falls open and you find the hidden treasure. You find the gift in what just occurred. So not diving deeply into your emotional waters becomes even more important. This is about perspective, right? So if you relax and get in the flow and you look at the clouds and you seek your intuition and you're like, okay, what was I supposed to learn? What do I need to do? How do I handle this? Where do I go from here? It becomes much easier. You were trying to figure out how to get out of a situation like it's just caught in the ruins. You've been released. You're being protected through this process. Okay, so you have the Queen of Scrolls as your advice for transformation. When I see this, I think of journaling. I think spending some time and writing down what you're thinking, what you're feeling, doing a little research. It is 9th house for you, right? So that's about that research. So if there's a situation where you need to make some changes, like in the physical realm, right? Like maybe you were in a really bad situation, the landlord was horrible, and then all of a sudden somebody buys the property and everybody gets an eviction notice and you're like, oh my gosh, there goes my safety and my security, but really it was a sucky place to be in the first place and you were really set free. So then the Queen of Scrolls is about doing the research that you need to do to figure out where it is you're going to go next and being really practical and analytical about it. So it could either be journaling or it could be research and in a very practical manner that gets you to where you're going. And the outcome card that you have here is the Bird's Nest and the initiation of Count St. Germain. This is finding your tribe. This is finding the people who will help you that are already in your life that maybe you just are not paying attention to. This is divine guidance and inspiration. This is allowing someone to help you. And then we have the nest, which makes me really think, I wonder if there is somebody out there that got evicted. Okay, so the nest is about how do you create a situation where you feel at home, where you feel comfortable. How do you get there, right? What do you need to do to feel safe and protected, to make sure that you have everything you need? But this also feels like opportunity for growth. There's a butterfly for transformation, but it has that real summer feeling, that spring into summer feeling of an opportunity for growth. And because we have the intuition card here, I feel like If you use your intuition, you can tap into your guides, you can tap into your community, and you can figure out how to provide growth in the material world for you. In the recent past, what were you worried about? You were worried about whether or not you were on track. Okay, so this is about, were you feeling on track with your intuition? That's what that is. So you were doubting what you were thinking, you were doubting what you were feeling. And maybe because you hesitated, feels like someone took something from you. You're like, man, knew that wasn't a good idea. I shouldn't have done that. And when that happens, all I can say is be gentle with yourself. Release it. There was a lesson in it. Look for the lesson. That's part of this analyzing to transform. You weren't on the right track. Something was wrong. You weren't listening to your intuition. And so I feel like Spirit came in and shifted things to release you from the situation. And so now it's time to tap into your intuition. We have the Oracle of Delphi. And so I think, getting back to whatever it is, journaling or whatever your meditation practice is that allows you to feel like you're in touch with Spirit again, becomes very important to help you feel balanced. Take the time to be peaceful. Okay. Wow. So in the past, the obstacle was the karmic trench in the upright, which means that you were trying to get out of a karmic situation. And we have clearing the way, but it was in the reverse, which means you were definitely struggling trying to figure out how to get out of the karmic trench. All right, so reflection. This is, see, but the boat's on top of the water and the water's peaceful and there's clouds. It's night. I was seeing daylight, but I do think that taking time to reflect on your life, what have you learned? Mercury in retrograde is going to be going on all throughout Scorpio season, and so it is a really good any of the words are like really retrograde words, right? So reflection, review, renew, revitalize, any of those words, right? Rework. So taking a little time to do a self-reflection and also understanding that what you put out into the universe is reflected back at you. So the moon is shining into the water is reflecting it back to the moon. What you put out into the universe will be reflected back to you. So when you are taking action steps, when you're choosing what to do, understand that if you do this with a sense of peace, a sense of calm, a sense of, I know that I can do this confidence in yourself, by following your intuition, you are going to find that the universe reflects back to you that you can do that. Okay, again, so we have the scribe. We have the scribe with the Queen of Scrolls. So, if you're supposed to be writing a book, write the darn book. Just saying. If you are not journaling, if you are not automatic writing, now is the time to start that. Information will be coming to you that way. And we have the Queen of Forces. You co-create with Spirit. You create your universe. You are a co-creator with Spirit. So during this time when everything is slowed down and time seems to not be moving very quickly, if you've got some kind of a writing project that you've been putting off, now is a really good time to do it. You may not want to publish until after Mercury's out of retrograde, whatever. That's only a few weeks away. Good luck getting it done by then anyway. So just go ahead and start the review, the analysis, the detailed writing of it. Go ahead and start now at the beginning of the week so that, it's before that storm time of Mercury, right? And you can really utilize that. I feel like there was a situation that just was not working for you, and Spirit moved it all out of the way. And you were like, oh my gosh, I didn't want that to happen. But in reality, it turned out to be a really good thing if you will look for the hidden treasure, if you will look for the gift. So, oh, look at this. I'm going to see. So we have cherry blossoms of healing. We've got the emotional waters. And we've got resting. That is Mercury in retrograde. But she's not under the water. She's on top of it. I just want to point that out. Don't allow yourself to drown, but allow yourself to heal. At that creative project, It's time. If you have a creative project that you've been putting off, now's the time. Go ahead and get started on it. It doesn't have to be completed, but you know, that first step, that's the doozy anyway, right? That first step of like actually putting pen to paper, actually taking that first brush stroke across the canvas, actually putting that, you know, first drawing that first line before you cut the board. Like that's okay, yeah, all right, yeah, I'm in. Do that before the end of the week. Wow. Okay, hold on. It says diving for light, and I just want to know, because it looks like she is deep in the water. And that is not what I was picking up. It is an 11. That's a very spiritual number. The Oracle of Diving for Light speaks of a time when you are called into the darkness through life circumstances and situations. Okay. Relationship challenges or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. The darkness might be a creative block, a sense a sense of being in the void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, or anxiety. Boy, that's caught in the ruins all over the place. All right, we're on track here. Let's see here. There may be no obvious justification, but that doesn't mean you don't need to accept it. Dark forces might be trying to tell you that you're on the wrong path, and they were trying to tell you that. Okay, diving for light is a spiritual test and a threshold for all true creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass the threshold into new creative birth by staying connected to the light of the compassion of our own hearts. It is not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming to you now. Just remember, it is the light of the heart that sustains. It exists within us always, even in the darkest depths of unknown terrain. So it says terrain, it doesn't say water. Okay, so here's what I think. I think that you definitely experienced some kind of an upset. But it was karmic, and it's karmic release, and it's an opportunity here. And so if you can keep above the emotional waters, don't dive so deeply that you drown in them, but instead get into the flow with spirit, allow the healing to happen, focus on the light of the sun that I saw, the beautiful blue sky, allow the clouds to bring you the messages that you want. That would be your intuition at play. If you can do these things, really allow spirit to talk to you, I think that you come out feeling really good about things in the end. You are being divinely guided and protected during this difficult time of change. It feels difficult, like something really kind of rocked your boat, and yet it was a gift. I feel like you were in a situation that wasn't working, and I don't know that the tower was like, I don't see a tower card here, so I don't feel like it was like horrible, but I think there was a moment when you were like, oh my gosh, this is a freaking mess. Right? Not on the right track. Things are not working out. And so here's your opportunity. Here's your gift. So listen to your higher self. Make some decisions. It says discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. So what is your truth? We're diving for the light. You're standing in the light of truth. This is a creative time. There is a time to rest here, but I really feel like it is through the resting, it is through the creative process that you discover what the truth of your life is. What is your creative truth? You get to decide. Always. You get to decide. That is the really cool thing. We co-create with spirit, right? We get to decide what is our truth. What do we believe? We can do the research. We can study. We can listen. But in the end, we need to decide what we believe. What is our truth? And then you have to stand in that truth. And that new moon in Scorpio is all about that, being willing to stand up. And so for you, Scorpio season is also going to be about that, willing to stand in your truth. So but I feel like rest is more important than the fight this month. Understanding what your truth is, believing what your truth is, recognizing your truth, and being ready to move forward when the time comes. Oh. So you have lapis lazuli, which is also purple. It's past life. You are coming up out of a karmic trench. You are. Whatever just happened, that was that releasing of karma. Allow it to be released. We had a lot of release cards that showed up for you in the weekly. Allow it to release so that the healing can come in, so that you can find what your truth is. Discovering who you are, your soul's purpose. What are you here to do? Where are you going? Scorpio is all about that transformation, that death and that rebirth. And so, you know, she looks like she's in that womb, right? All in the fetal position. So go ahead and allow yourself to heal, but in a very positive way. Like knowing that the worst is behind you and now you're moving forward and things are going to be much better. And there's the light that is shining, right? So release the past life stuff. You don't have to know what it is. You can. There are readers that can do that. I'm not one. I don't do past life. But you can just ask. Thank you. You can just ask Saint Michael to cut the cords of negative karma, of negative energies, past, present, and future, because time doesn't actually exist in a linear manner. Saint Michael will be happy to cut the cords, and you can release that energy so you can discover your truth, what your mission is, where it is you want to go. It's really beautiful, Pisces. So good luck with that. I will see you back here next week, and have a great, great Scorpio season. It looks like the opportunity to be amazing is there. All right? You take care. We'll talk soon.